behalf of the class of 2014, I would like to welcome faculty and students, members of the Board of Administrators, family, and friends to these commencement exercises. I look across this convocation, this graduation. With my imagination, I see the colors of you reflect off of me. What brought you here? Your parents, your grandparents, your children, your siblings, your teachers, your preachers. They have guided you, and you them, with a bona fide passion to seat you where you are today, in blue robes. Blue robes that bring us together as one. For every other day you walk an individual, but today you wear blue. To symbolize, to synthesize the current that will come crashing down on the thrilling uncertainties of tomorrow. And what will become of you in this world so big, in this ocean so blue? Well, I'll tell you. Look around your neck for a locket, or reach into your pocket and discover who you are. Keys to a car, a cell phone, a ticket to class of 2014 graduation at Calvary Church. Well, the fella next to you has those too. But reach a little deeper. Perhaps the fold of your sleeve or behind your ear. And now tell me what you find. Tell me what you find. A chewed up pencil from that grueling test the day before. A gum wrapper that still smells a little minty. A lighter. A parking ticket. That lucky playing card from that one party. These, my friends, are as much parts of us as the hair on your chin or that quirky, smirky grin. So what's the point? I mean, he's got a Rolex, a thick kind of skin, and well, he's got a paper clip, a little ball of lint. It's what we do. It's what we do with what we have, and how we cope with what we don't. So take that paper clip and stick it on your draft of the next best-selling novel. Take what you are given and be resourceful. Take your knowledge and run. Run out these church doors, diploma in hand, and as a big blue wave, rush onto the sand. These are the objects that we carry with us today. Kelly Antonacci will tell us about the objects of our past.
We've all carried various things throughout our stages of life, but we all carry the same fear, a fear of the future. These things we carry and the experiences associated with them make up who we are and serve as a guide to help us overcome the uncertainty that lies ahead. Stage 1, elementary school. We all arrive carrying an array of princess and superhero-themed backpacks filled to the brim with crayons and glue. We're sent to this enormous but menacing building where we will miraculously learn our ABCs and how to read and how to write and how to color inside the lines, even though we secretly don't want to. We arrive carrying a clear Ziploc bag filled with our favorite pretzel goldfish, a valuable item used to barter with in the daily lunchroom trade. We arrive carrying the supposed last remnants of our mother's kiss goodbye and the memories of the toys we left scattered on the living room floor. We arrive carrying a fear of leaving our parents and the fear that when our kindergarten teacher closes the heavy door, we'll be alone forever. Stage 2, middle school. In an attempt to fit in with the impossible and ever-changing style of the average American teenager, the halls begin to transform into a monotone sea of black JanSport backpacks. The backpacks carry a new and unknown world of insecurities and their remedies. The strongest acne medication, retainers, lip gloss, and the key to ultimate stardom, Axe cologne, and straightened hair. We carry wallets, we carry purses, we carry snippets of gossip to tell our best friend, and maybe just a few others. We carry a new air of independence, yet we still carry a fear of fitting in with the crowd. Stage 3, high school. We begin to find our niches, and our arms become loaded down with sports bags and instrument cases, and our backpacks are always hungry for more challenging work. We begin to carry much larger responsibilities on our shoulders, and sleep deprivation slowly but surely begins to set in. We contract a serious case of senioritis, and those all-nighters before a test, where you're running solely on the support of your only friend, caffeine, begin to dwindle in occurrence. Car keys jingle in our pockets, reminding us of those warm spring days, cruising with the windows down, as the fresh smell of manure lingers in the air. We find ourselves carrying a fear larger than leaving our parents or fitting in with the crowd. We find ourselves asking, what's next? We're asking ourselves that in our beds, in the shower, in class, during dinner. We carry a fear of the future. Stage 4, the future. We've all carried different things throughout our stages of life, and that's what has gotten us to this point in time and made us who we are. These differences are what make the present and future Manheim Township class of 2014 so unique. We will end up carrying different briefcases filled with stacks of never-ending paperwork, diaper bags for the children of tomorrow, suitcases to travel far away into the depths of Africa or Mount Everest, military bags to bravely serve our country, or even bags under our eyes after a long 12-hour shift. We all have differing, twisting, and sometimes intersecting paths. However, we can use these differences to help us with our mutual fear of what the future holds. The fear of what comes next finds us closer than what we carried in our backpacks. But these things we carried, these small representations of our lives and experiences, make us who we are as a family member, friend, and member of the community. And we can use these things to guide us to the path that is best for each and every one of us. These things allow us to become the self that we dream of carrying. So, Manheim Township class of 2014, keep calm and carry on. Is the future our biggest fear, or is it our differences? Nick Calais has insights into this question.
Hi, I'm Nick Calais, and this is my video speech entitled Defending the Gaps. Class of 2014.
Students.
Friends.
Families.
This is it.
The moment that we've spent the last 13 years of our lives working for. We sit here today as a graduating class.
An unbreakable bond between us that can only be explained by mere coincidence.
We've evolved from all different walks of life.
And we have carried different items with us along on our journeys.
Different aspirations.
Different memories.
Different burdens.
Making us all into completely different individuals.
As you look around you, notice not only that you are surrounded by the future faces that will shape our generation completely,
but where we all came from
and how this school has shaped us into a society.
Our paths are our own to choose
and make what we wish of them.
The differences between us are not what makes us unique.
They're what molds us into a society.
We have carried the weight of abused textbooks to be left unopened.
We have carried the 3-inch binders of lost papers.
We have all collapsed under the crippling weight of stress
and social obligation,
lifted only with the help
of enduring friends and loved ones.
The memories that we have created reflect not only the standardized test scores
or social groups in which we have immersed ourselves,
but who we are and how we plan to follow our aspirations.
We are coming to a part in our lives where we're realizing
what impacts we will and have already had on the world around us.
We might not all carry the same things, but what we choose to keep with us is what makes us all unique.
Our items make us who we are.
Some will carry calculators.
Others will choose lacrosse sticks.
Some will take cellos and trumpets,
while others choose mic tape and scripts.
We will fight for cures with fundraisers.
We will create masterpieces with brushes and chisels.
These things all divide us on the surface.
It may seem to push us worlds apart. This is a false pretense.
There are no doubt gaps between us, but there are gaps for a reason.
Our groups give us the strength of numbers to prevail.
But our separation forces us to see different perspectives,
formulate new opinions,
and progress on our own paths.
With the help of others, the gaps will tighten,
but never close.
Everyone comes from different roots. These differences are what allow us to collaborate
and overcome any obstacle.
Today we came into this church as high school students.
And tonight, we will walk alone across the stage and earn the newest addition to the collection of the things we will carry. A diploma.
A diploma.
A diploma.
A diploma.
A statement proving that we are worthy
and ready to enter the world as functioning adults.
We may walk alone,
but really, we walk together.
The things we carry show us just how strong we truly are.
They show exactly what we are made of. We've carried the backpacks,
the gym bags,
the class projects.
We've carried the brown paper bags,
the languages,
the journals.
We've carried the social change.
We will continue to carry the memories of our triumphs
and our failures the same.
We carry our nations,
our generations,
and our own unique upbringings.
We are moving on to carry even more items to form even more gaps,
dividing us further apart.
But no matter how far we travel,
we will continue to carry one thing overall.
We will carry each other.
How do we bridge the gaps we can't tighten? Should we even really care about doing so? Olivia Lee travels to the other side of the world for an answer.
I want to begin with a scene many of us are familiar with. I'm in bed, it's 2 a.m., and I'm on Netflix. After desperately searching through the movie categories, hoping Frozen would be there, and wasn't, I decided to click on the documentaries section. Besides school, I hadn't seen too many documentaries, but hey, it was 2 a.m. and I was on Netflix. Anyway, a movie called Kim Jong-ilia caught my eye, and I decided to play it. The movie opened up with what a Kim Jong-ilia is, the unofficial flower of North Korea. While the official flower of North Korea is the magnolia, the Kim Jong-ilia is known to the country as the most sacred flower. Kind of a weird name for a flower, huh? It was named after one of the most brutal human rights violators of all time, Kim Jong-il. The Kim Jong-ilia is a hybrid plant designed to bloom on his birthday, February 16th. The funny thing is, although North Korea could invest money into creating an artificial flower specifically designed to bloom on a certain day of the year, it is one of the poorest countries in the entire world. Not only that, but it is home to some of the most atrocious violations of human rights. Under the strict communist rule, there is no freedom of speech, and thousands of people are starving or victim of labor camps. In North Korea, there's no liberty and no justice. Now, you're probably wondering why I chose such a dismal movie to watch on a Friday night. I chose that movie because I have a special tie to Korea. In the 1970s, my grandpa fled the broken state of North Korea, leaving his family completely behind. As a soldier performing compulsory service, he crossed the border into South Korea. There, he met my grandma and started a family. And eventually, he made the difficult move to the United States so that his children, one of whom is my father, would have a better education and perhaps even a better life. And this is a story as old as our nation, immigrants leaving their homes in search of more education, opportunity, and freedom. And it's why we, as Americans, have struggled with what our responsibilities are to countries outside of our borders. It's not an easy choice, but because everyone deserves the same fair and humane treatment, it's essential that we remember and care about the places from where we came. We can affect our world without diplomatic debate. It's really very simple. To start, we must first focus on the most essential values of civilization: awareness, responsibility, and the ability to be compassionate. It is a waste to only think of how wonderful the freedom is in America and not use it to help our neighbors, both locally and globally. If you become concerned about global issues, you learn to care about local issues because they are simply smaller versions of global ones. Or, if you care about local issues, you realize that they encompass something much bigger, and every choice you make is a global contribution. The mission for our generation is to be compassionate, to be humane, aware, responsible, and accountable for everyday actions. And there are no things we need to be compassionate. The only thing we need is the heartfelt willingness to help others. For whatever reason you're here today, you are equipped to perform this task. It's what Americans, North Koreans, and the rest of the world have in common. The Kim Jong-il flower is beautiful because it exists, not because North Korea named it after a leader. The mission for our generation is to be informed, aware, and respectful of human life. We are born to fulfill this mission, and the starting point is to be compassionate. Thank you.
At this time, Andrew Young will present the class gift.
I'm pleased to announce the 2014 class gift, a donation to the Manheim Township Educational Foundation. This amazing organization provides funding for academic, athletic, and artistic programs throughout the district. We're happy to see that year after year they continue to improve the educational activities of all of the students throughout the district. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew, and thank you, class of 2014. Good evening, honored guests, board members, family, friends, faculty. Welcome to the 84th Manheim Township High School graduation ceremony. Tonight, we're celebrating the accomplishments of the young men and women assembled here before you. They're a diverse group with a wide variety of talents and interests. And although each one is a unique individual, they are united here tonight in this moment, the culmination of their public school experience. You know, I was recently told that a song by Avicii titled "Wake Me Up" is the anthem of this generation. If you're not familiar with the lyrics, I hope you'll take the time to look them up on the internet, because I use this song tonight as the basis for my brief, and I promise brief, class message to 2014. All right, you know what I told you about the beach balls. I know that most of you have been finding your way through the last 4 years, and sometimes it might have felt like feeling your way through the darkness, trying to find yourselves. And I can tell you that I do not know for any of you where your journey will end, but I know where it starts. It starts here, beyond this night, in the choices that you make over the next few years. I know that sometimes it seems like you are trying to carry the weight of the world when you only have 2 hands. And I'm not here to tell you to open your eyes or the world will pass you by. What I am encouraging you to do is to act thoughtfully in the decisions that you make, so that when you do wake up, when you are wiser and you're older, you're satisfied with what you see. I've always encouraged my children to pursue their passions in life with all their heart, and that is what I hope that all of you will do, because life is a game made for everyone, and not romantic love, but love in the form of acceptance, understanding, and satisfaction with yourself is the prize. So all this time you were finding yourselves, I want you to know that you weren't lost. You are right here where you're supposed to be, poised on the threshold of life's journey. And I hope for all of you, it's a good one. Good luck, class of 2014. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to recognize some of the accomplishments of the members of the class of 2014. 89 students graduating tonight with a cumulative GPA of 93 or above. Would our honors graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. In addition, 8 of these honor graduates have a GPA over 100%. Would those of you who have over 100% as a GPA please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Very impressive. This next group of students took on the challenge of leaving Manheim Township High School and all of their friends here to dedicate themselves to intensive study and training for future careers. They were seldom seen on campus because they attended one of our Career and Technology Center programs. Would all of our CTC students please stand and be recognized? Thank you. And just as important as where our students have been and what they've done is where they will begin their journey from here. Would all of those students who have planned to attend a technical school, a 2-year, a 4-year college, or a university, please stand. Thank you. Hey, try. Oh, you're still bad at that. All right. We also have a special group of students who've chosen to enter the military or attend a military academy. Would those of you who have chosen to serve all of us and your country please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Our final recognition is by tradition the only award given during the graduation exercises. The Manheim Township Lions Club Arthur Wetzler First Honors Award is presented to the student with the highest grade point average in the class. This year, the award goes to a student whose final GPA, as reported to me yesterday, is a phenomenal 104.723%. Please come forward and accept your honors medallion and our congratulations and best wishes for your continued success, Miss Lisa Kong. Ladies and gentlemen, each parent, grandparent, and other guests gathered here this evening hope to hear their student's name announced as they come to the stage. Please try to give each student and their family this courtesy. If you could hold your applause until all of the diplomas are conferred, your enthusiastic congratulations will be more than welcome when the last student leaves the stage. Thank you for your cooperation. Mr. Bremirsky and members of the school board, I certify that the students assembled before you have completed the curriculum of Manheim Township High School and meet the academic requirements for graduation as established by the Department of Education of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It is a privilege to present to you tonight for the awarding of their diplomas, the members of the class of 2014. Mr. Bremirsky.
Welcome, distinguished guests, staff, parents, and families, and most of all, the class of 2014. Each year, the Manheim Township Educational Foundation and the Alumni Association recognize our alumni with the Distinguished Alumni Award. The purpose of the Manheim Township Distinguished Alumni Awards is to recognize graduates who have achieved noteworthy and outstanding accomplishments in their chosen fields and who serve as role models for the students currently enrolled in our district. Tonight, we honor 3 Manheim Township graduates with the Distinguished Alumni Awards. They are Lee C. Walp, class of 1972, Dr. Ross E. Long, Jr., class of 1966, and the Honorable Bruce A. Roth, Esquire, class of 1979. Please join me in congratulating our distinguished alumni. And so to the class of 2014. It's the question you've been asked since age 3, crowded around a snack table with a bunch of other squirrely preschoolers, and then you were asked again for your kindergarten memory books, those books containing your stick figures of self-portraits, your favorite snack, and the date you lost your first tooth. Then the last 4 years, we've been asking you over and over and over, what do you want to be when you grow up? If you were to put all the expectations, pressures, and choices that are expected of you and bundled them into one box, that box probably has been sitting and waiting for you every morning and every night, especially during the last 4 years. We have spent our fair share of time adding weight to that box. Your parents and teachers, family and friends, although of course well-intended, have set your head spinning with questions. Where? When? Which? Why? If you go to the website Gawker, you will see young Jathan Muhar at his preschool graduation answering that same question with enthusiasm that he wants to be Batman when he grows up. A few nights ago, I asked my 3 daughters the same question. My 6-year-old said, "Why are you asking me?" "Well, I guess I want to be a teacher," she said with a shrug. My 9-year-old said she wants to be a veterinarian, and when I asked her why, she said, "Well, I like animals a lot, and we don't have a dog yet." And finally, my 12-year-old echoes her little sister and says she wants to be a teacher too. There aren't many professions that influence young people more than a teacher does, whether they taught you on the field, on the stage, at the kitchen table, or in the classroom. Please join me in thanking all of the dedicated teachers you have had over the last 13 years. So, thinking back to your childhood, what did you imagine you would be when you grew up? A princess? Bob the Builder? Did you want to live in the pineapple under the sea? Did you want to be a trader of Pokemon cards? Were you hoping to get a letter from Hogwarts? Perhaps the question today is less about what you want to be, but more about who you want to be. The average worker changes jobs every 4.4 years now, so your job doesn't define who you are. What will you choose to let define you? What will lead you? Will you become who you always thought you would, or will you reimagine yourself over and over again? We can't wait to see. The expectations have mounted, and today is the day that you will step on this stage, a high school student, and step off the stage, a high school graduate. Time to go from saying it to doing it, creating your own life, making your own goals, defining and redefining your future. And that box full of expectations and pressures and choices is going to explode with possibilities. As you choose from all those possibilities, be grateful for the opportunities that you've had and give thanks to your family and friends and your education here at Manheim Township. We wish you the best of luck and the best of life. Fill it with memories and experiences and service, and you will become who you want to be. So with that, we are thankful for our school board and for their service here to the district. And here tonight with us are Mr. Mark Anderson, Mr. Bill Murray, Mr. Don Reed, and Mr. Mike Winters. Thank you for your service. Ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, I would now like to accept the Manheim Township School Class of 2014. Congratulations, graduates. And now it's time to honor and present the diplomas.
Oh, you'll get them back.
Kelly Antonacci.
Sarah Adams.
Nicholas Calais.
Mohammed Al-Abaidi.
Austin Gill.
Skylar Aldinger.
Lisa Kahn.
Marina Amoro.
Olivia Lee.
Zoli Angelello.
Thomas Luttrell.
Go ahead and finish on that side, Mr. Relat.
Carlton Perry, Jr. Andrew Young. Kayla Adams.
Skylar Aldinger. Oh, I know, I messed up. Galen Arbogast.
Ali Al-Obaidi.
Go ahead and read three more, Mr. Velat.
Matthew Allen. Stuart Anderson. Obed Anozil.
Zoe Argers.
Gabrielle Arena.
Dustin Althouse.
Maria Atoni. Logan Alment.
Andrew Descavage.
Cameron Baggs.
Rebecca Richer.
Augustine Baylor.
Elizabeth Roderick.
Brian Ball.
Evan Thomas.
Matthew Ball.
Benjamin Barber.
Emily Bardell.
Taylor Bartow.
Peter Milonis.
Grant Batzer.
Lisa David. Mark.
John Batzer.
Daniel Beitzel.
Phoebe Belzer.
Christopher Klitz.
Robert Belzer.
Alicia Bender.
Alina Bender.
Alicia Benedict.
Carl Benner.
Anna Bernari.
Brooke Bertani.
Jacob Betts.
Brandon Beversluis.
Cameron Bish.
Cole Blankenbiller.
Jessica Bogner.
Carson Bolin.
Abigail Bolin.
Marissa Bolwicki.
Julia Bonfisuto.
Evan Bovey.
Joseph Bradbury.
Molly Brenton.
Seth Brewer.
Yitzhak Brill.
Matthew Brockway.
Brandon Brown.
Matthew Brubaker.
Sarah Bruno.
Nicholas Bazaki.
Christopher Badusky.
Andrew Butler. Shamar Butler.
William Byler.
Esther Cargill.
Lauren Carmen.
Wilson Castillo.
Mackenzie Collar.
Catherine Esquivel.
Aubrey Christensen.
Destiny Cintron.
Antonio Ciro.
Brandon Clements.
Lawrence Coffin III.
Taylor Cole.
Jessica Connor.
Abigail Cotter.
Meredith Cox Holmes.
Justine Crignon.
Margaret Crowell.
Joshua Kubel.
Stephen Trey.
Arnold Cunningham.
Michelle D'Amato.
Andrew Danthua.
Claire Danyo.
Henry Dow.
Joshua Dow.
Jaslyn Darden.
Justin Derrick.
Victoria Dobb.
Brandon Davis.
Colin Dean.
Robert Dellinger.
Christina Denunzio.
Kirsten DePanfilis.
Iphigenia DeRus.
Robert Deviney.
Olivia Dickerson.
Rosemary DeSoma.
Sean Doherty.
George Dresser IV.
Andrew Dropick.
Jessica Dryden.
Sabrina Duckett.
F2 Duguma.
Adriana Emanuilova.
Madison Amick.
Alexis Engel.
Danielle Engwall.
Mary Olga Erickson.
Matias Escobar Huerta.
Jonah Evans.
Matthew Farside.
Skylar File.
Nicole Files.
Jacob Finnegan.
Kelsey Fishburne.
George Flaidland.
Jonathan Flynn.
Sarah Fogel.
Mackenzie Foltz.
Quinlan Foster.
Abigail Folk.
Jonathan Frank.
Kayla France.
Matthew Furman.
Madeline Gates.
Taylor Gibble.
Seth Giglio.
Christina Giortis.
Hannah Godley.
Samuel Goldman.
Brian Gonzalez.
Gelendis Gonzalez.
Rachel Gottlieb.
Sarah Gottschalk.
Sean Grandner.
Damian Graybill.
Alexandria Green. Ian Grohotolsky.
Matthew Grossman.
Cody Haas.
Kayla Hargrove.
Zachary Harnish.
Olivia Harvey.
Christian Hassan.
James Hauser.
Sean Hennessy.
Ian Henney. Peter Hernquist.
Megan Herr.
Tyler Herr.
Brian Hess.
Susan Hipschman.
Logan Hickey.
Michaela Hines.
Christy Hinkle.
Margaret Hipple.
Andrew Hickson.
Gavin Hobday O'Donnell.
Adam Hobson.
Marissa Hollinger.
Katerina Hoskova.
Dylan Hausman.
John Houston.
Jonathan Hurinek.
Ethan Hummel.
Josiah Huss.
Karam Idris.
Benjamin Irwin.
Alana Ivy.
Brittany Jaros.
William Jessup.
Minwei Jang.
Andrew Jones.
Cody Kalinowski.
Zoe Kaminsky.
Jordan Kaplan.
Kyle Kasher.
Amy Kerper.
Kirsten Ketchum.
Tristan Kiefer.
Tracy Kyle.
Scott Kingsbury.
Daniel Kitch.
John Klein.
Montana Klingensmith.
Vikram Kuner.
Jonathan Kraft.
Kylie Kreider.
Carter Crick.
Tara Coons.
Allison Kuntz.
Christopher Kurtz.
Daniel Kurtz.
Nicole Lando.
Blake Lauthers.
Shannon Lawrence.
Brianna Lehman.
Kelsey Lefevre.
Matthew Lehman.
Alexandra Leslie.
Dane Lewis.
Hannah Linky.
Rebecca Lopez.
Michael Luxton.
Alexandra Maga.
Luke Maley.
Adisha Maldonado Ruiz.
Leanna Mancini.
Autumn Manley.
Nasiah Marcellus.
Meredith Martin.
Michael Martin.
Bradley Mason.
Eric Matthews.
Catherine Mazeski.
Alina McLeod.
Brenton McCoy.
Grant McMinn.
Hope McMullen.
Taylor Merritts.
Bennett Mertz. Troy Miles.
Emma Miley.
Chase Miller.
Janelle Miller.
Cameron Miller.
Katrina Miller.
Madeline Minnick.
Connor Mitchell.
Kelsey Moeller.
Hannah Monka.
Scott Moon.
Jacob Moore.
Joshua Morales.
Joshua Morris II.
Emily Murphy.
Logan Murr.
Lucas Murray.
Corinne Naidu.
Darshan Nyack.
Ariana Nakai.
Kaylin Nappy.
Angel Nazario Jr.
Victoria Negron.
Alexander Nemeth.
Shauna Newman.
Delina Wynn.
Jonathan Wynn.
Philip Wynn.
Tam Wynn.
Sarah Nicoletti.
Ashley Noel.
Kirsten Norris.
Sakana Nuwan.
Dylan Osteich.
Savannah Orndorff.
Kayla Ortiz.
Michaela Pechtel. Kim Pham.
Christopher Pimason.
Alec Fotis.
Michael Pintor.
Timothy Platts.
Victoria Poff. Jessica Priest.
Max Rainsford.
Ishmael Ramos.
Victoria Rasp.
Deanna Ray.
Thomas Redkay.
Robert Reddy.
John Regensberger.
Heather Reist.
Caitlin Reist.
Jamie Rellin.
Andrew Wren.
Mary Jane Reynolds.
Brianne Rice.
Jessica Ridley.
Aaron Riley.
Corrales Rivera.
Daniel Rivera.
Sally Rodenberger.
Hector Rodriguez.
Timothy Rome.
Kelly Rogers.
Lauren Rutz.
Christian Rose.
Daniel Ross.
Jonathan Rule.
Kaylin Ruiz.
Charlotte Reimer.
Skylar Sawyer.
Mitchell Saxton.
Nicholas Schaefer.
Cortland Schuyler.
Anthony Sacento.
Adam Sclafani.
Courtney Cease.
Ajay Sealam.
Brian Sham.
Andrew Shin.
Eric Shirk.
John Shorter.
Nathan Showalter.
James Schrum.
Caitlin Schultz.
Doris Simic.
Justin Sims.
Ramon Luis Cison.
Amanda Slaymaker.
Samuel Slaymaker.
Emily Smeltz.
Courtney Sneath.
Lindsay Snyder.
Jocelyn Snook.
Andrew Snyder.
Nicholas Snyder.
Yarsmar Soto Feliciano.
Gregory Stambaugh.
Michelle Starr.
Olivia Stauffer.
Martin Sticka.
Laura Supnick.
Alicia Sorita.
Mariah Swisher.
Lindsay Tarmina.
Brittany Templeton.
Amy Tolvin.
Adrian Toribio.
Catherine Torrance.
Anna Tran.
Austin Tran.
Tan Tran.
Andrew Trin.
Kelly Truong.
Stephen Tu.
Darian Turner.
Michael Omer.
Morgan Unangst.
Zaina Van Hook. Caitlin Van Tash.
Aliana Vargas Rivera.
Alexander Vasquez.
Guillermo Vasquez.
Louis Velazwong.
Hannah Vio.
Ellen Verkunen.
Michael Vo.
Tony Vu.
Emil Daniel Vukovic III.
Jennifer Vong.
Rosemary Wall.
Elizabeth Walsh.
Liting Wong.
Patience Weaver.
Frederica Weiler.
Nathan Werkheiser.
Peter Westacott.
Eva Westfall.
Mitchell Whiting.
Joshua Witten.
Catherine Willems.
Trevor Williams.
Emily Wilson.
Rebecca Wilson.
Sunita Wynn.
Aaron Winters.
Jordan Winters.
Aaron Whitmer.
Heidi Wolf.
Joshua Wortella.
Anna Wright.
Camilla Yoder.
Jonathan Young.
Katerina Zalagas.
Colin Zimmerman.
Kelsey Zimmerman.
Kathleen Zagorski.
Michael Zosky.
Alex Zug.
Andrew Zuo.
Madison Zimnis.
Ariadne Pena Latour.
Congratulations, class of 2014. All right, time out, guys. All right. A brief note before the ceremony concludes. The students will be recessing out the doors at the front of the auditorium. Please, adults, parents, remain in your seats throughout the recessional so that the students may exit quickly and smoothly. Then, please use the exits at the rear, and you can meet your graduate in the prearranged place that they were supposed to give you sometime today. Also, for parents and students, when you leave the parking lot this evening, there will be staff and police officers directing traffic. If you use the exit closest to Oregon Pike, you will have to turn right. If you use the exit closest to the freeway and Butter Road, you will have to turn left. Please follow the directions of the traffic advisors who will be directing you so that everyone can get out of here quickly and smoothly. With that being said, At this time, I would like to invite Andrew Young to lead the traditional turning of the tassels.
Will the class of 2014 please rise and face your friends and family? Now join me in turning your tassels from left to right. Congratulations.